Good Monday morning. Ron Moore here from the Botanical Gardens in Grapevine. It's a beautiful place. If you've never been here, you need to come, let me tell you. It is so hot right now. I'm telling you, heard the forecast for the next 3 days. Hot, hot, more hot. But I hope you're in a good, cool place. Hey, I want to talk to you real quickly today about dressing for success. You know, when I first started in ministry, I was around a guy by the name of Jack Thompson who, man, he was a sharp dresser. And I felt like, man, I had to dress, you know, I mean, how could God bless if I didn't have a three-piece suit and tie on when I got to speak somewhere? And, you know, that really, during those early days especially, it got me in a lot of places because I was able to get backstage at the Civic Center. I remember the time meeting Pat Boone and the family and thinking, boy, that Debbie Boone, you know, she's going to be pretty someday. And, and got to meet several other artists that came through that day because I was dressed sharp. I just walked there by the little old man who was guarding the backstage and said, excuse me, so, you know, he didn't stop me or anything. But the real exciting time was the time that I got to meet Dr. Billy Graham. And he was at the State Fairgrounds Arena. First time he'd been there since I was knee-high to a King James Bible. And he was there for that night. And so when he went to leave, you know, everybody, or the announcer, the guy at the podium said, as Dr. Graham leaves the building, please remain where you're at. Well, that was my cue to go out there because I was determined I was going to meet him, you know. So, sure enough, I go walk out. Well, I had my suit and tie on, looking sharp. 16 years old, looked like I was 25. Of course, I know I still do. But so I got there he was about 40 feet ahead of me when he walked through the door to get into his car, and a couple of armed police guards stood there guarding the door. And I walked up and just said, excuse me, and they just stepped back and let me in. So I got to meet Dr. Billy Graham, chatted with him for a few minutes, and had my Bible there. I'll never forget when he said, stay in that book, son. Stay in that book. Well, that dress for success, you know, got me in some good places. But I tell you, as believers, if we're going to make it as a believer, if we're going to be successful, we've got to do the same. We've got to dress for success. We've got to put on the whole armor of God. Listen to what it says here in Ephesians. I don't know, maybe you're doing this. Maybe you've already done this today. But listen to what it says. It says, finally, be strong in the Lord, in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of God so that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Now, the wiles of the devil, that just means the attacks of the devil, okay? He ever attack you? Boy, he attacks me. But I'm telling you, the attacks of the devil, this is why we've got to stand strong. I mean, this is why we've got to be dressed for success, because he is going to attack us. For our struggle is not against the enemies of flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers. Listen to that, of this present darkness. See, they're all around us. Truth is, if we could see, if we had the scales taken off of our spirit eyes, and we could see what's going on around us, I'm telling you, it'd scare us to death. Scare me to death, I know that. So he says, therefore take up the, therefore, because that's the place. What's that therefore? Therefore, because, man, the attacks of the devil, because it is all around us. It's in, and I'm telling you, just as Jesus hadn't changed, the demons of hell haven't changed either. And they are alive and well, and they're all around us. They're especially around us in this country today. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God so that you may be able to withstand on that evil day. And having done everything to stand firm, stand firm. So, folks, I want to encourage you. Whatever it is, see, that's whatever your day looks like, make it priority to get dressed for battle. Because if you don't, you just count, you're going to get your butt kicked, okay? I mean, it's just a given that if you go out diddy-bopping through the streets of Baghdad with bullets flying and bombs bursting, you're going to get some shrapnel of the enemy, okay? Today, I want you to know you can be dressed for battle. Remember what it said about faith, a shield of faith, that because of that, you can absolutely fend off all of the attacks of the enemy. When you know who you are in Jesus and the power of the Holy Spirit you possess. Hey, have a great day, and I will talk to you again on Wednesday about how to get dressed with the armor of God. All right? Have a great one. Bye-bye now.